How can farmers make a positive impact on the health of their local communities? That's a question I asked myself a couple of years ago when I applied for a Nuffield farming scholarship. I am Tom Pearson, a farmer and medical doctor based in West Cambridgeshire, and with the support of the Nuffield Farming Scholarships Trust and a generous sponsorship from NFU Mutual Charitable Trust, I've been spending the last 2 years exploring links between agriculture and health. Diet-related ill health is costing UK society £262 billion per year. And so, with a focus on food, I travelled to North America, Europe and across the UK. I met inspirational farmers and growers, teachers and chefs, public food procurers, wholesalers and retailers, social enterprises and charities, researchers, policymakers and urban planners, doctors, nutritionists and social prescribers, community leaders and youth workers. This study explores opportunities for UK farmers and growers to make a positive impact on the health of their local communities. It also highlights missed opportunities and barriers in the UK and considers recommendations for farmers and growers, local and national government and the wider supply chain. Ultimately, it aims to understand how we can build better connections between agriculture and health. I investigate the critical role food has to play in achieving healthy lives, exploring the real and perceived barriers people face, and describe interventions that can break down these barriers and support healthy food choices and environments. Key areas covered include addressing financial barriers to nutritious food, the whole school approach to food and farming education, which includes tasty, nutritious school meals, the food is medicine movement, the unique health opportunities of local food connections, value-based supply chains and the role of public food procurement. These interventions can be designed with a valuable role and market for farmers and growers. The study ultimately asks the question, where does the food come from? And whether the food itself, including where and how it has been grown, has a positive or negative impact on the health of the consumer and their wider community. It recognises that it is a false economy and a missed opportunity to supply these interventions with certain foods and systems of growing food that can negatively impact health. It describes food with wider health benefits, a concept beyond healthy food, a package of benefits and outcomes from particular ways of growing food and from farmers and growers engaged with their local communities and economies. Examples include nature and climate friendly farming systems, practices that protect water and air quality, nutrient dense food, local producers boosting their local economy, local producers engaging with their local communities, including through school food and farming education, and socially responsible and inclusive employment. The study then goes on to question how the supply chain, or perhaps better named value chain, can adapt to supply food with wider health benefits, describing mission-driven food hubs and technologies on the horizon to provide data-enriched produce. A plethora of recently published books, research and reports are highlighting the disastrous trajectory we are taking, the multifaceted opportunities a different way of doing things could bring, and the simple fact that businesses and citizens are calling out for change. The timing is right for UK farmers to get involved in what is fast becoming a convergence of some of the most pressing issues of our time: climate, nature, health, food and nutrition resilience, and position ourselves at the front and centre of designing, promoting and supplying these markets and opportunities, maximising on the value of using the full potential of UK produce wherever possible. If you're interested in this topic, take a look at my report that goes into greater depth on all the things that we've discussed in this video. Thanks for listening.